everyone. Today we're going to be working on some more division properties of exponents. So have your exponent worksheet handy and we can go through a few of the problems together. I always like to think about PEMDAS when I simplify. Parentheses first, exponents, then multiply, divide, add, subtract. First thing, is there anything I can do to simplify inside here? I have no like bases, so there's nothing I can do. So the next thing is I'm going to use my exponents, so parentheses, then exponents. When I raise a quotient to a power, I'm going to multiply the exponents on the inside by the exponent on the outside. So just so that I don't forget that, I'm going to put a 1 there on the 4. And 1 times 3 is going to give me 3. And when I look at the D, 3 times 3 is 9. And down here I also have to do the exponent here. The 5 times 3 is 15. And I can simplify this a little bit more. 4 cubed is 4 times 4 times 4, or 64. D to the 9th power divided by C to the 15th. If we take a look at number 70, we have negative 40 divided by 20, and then we have s to the 6th power divided by s cubed. So first I'm going to divide the coefficients. 40 divided by 20 is 2. So I'm going to have a negative 2. And now I have s to the 6th over s cubed. When I divide like bases, I'm going to keep the base and subtract the exponents. Or if I think about just taking the difference between the two, the difference between 6 and 3 is 3. This one is more, so my s cubed is going to go on the numerator. Coming down here to number 72. Again, I'm going to be looking at the coefficients, so we're going to divide those the same way we normally would. So negative 16 divided by a negative 4 is going to give us a positive 4. And I have my w to the 7th power over w, and then r squared over r. So just so I don't forget, I'm going to put a 1 here. And I'm going to be thinking about what do I do when I divide like bases. So when I divide like bases, I keep the base, subtract the exponents. Or if I think about just finding the difference between 7 and 1, which is 6, this one is more than that one. So 4w to the 6th. Over here, again, dividing like bases, we keep the base, subtract the exponents, or taking the difference between 2 and 1, which is 1. This one is more, so we have r to the 1st, or just r. And finally over here, the last one here, number 75. So notice how this is like a quotient raised to a power. I have to work inside the parentheses first. So I'm going to simplify inside here first, just like PEMDAS tells me. Negative 24 divided by 8 is a negative 3. Then I have t to the 6th over t cubed, all of this raised to the 5th power. So now I'm going to be working on simplifying t to the 6th over t cubed. So I still have my negative 3. The difference between 6 and 3 is 3. This is more, so it's going to go on the numerator. And I'm raising all of this to the 5th power. So now we have something a little bit different here than we worked on before. That negative 3 has an exponent of 1. So I have negative 3 raised to the 5th, t cubed raised to the 5th. So remember, when we raise a power to a power, we keep the base and multiply the exponents here. But now I have to think about what to do with this. Negative 3 to the 5th is like saying negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3. I know that I have an odd number of negatives, so my answer is going to be a negative. And when I think about 3 to the 5th power, and again I can do that on my calculator, 3 to the 5th power is 243. So I get a negative 243 here. So going back, we're going to have a negative 243 t to the 15th power. And that's it. Bye, guys.